My name is Seraphina the Masked Lady. I was once human. Since then, I have lived many lives. I have been loved and reviled, adored and despised, been the child of a poor prostitute and a courtesan revered by thousands. When I was a child, a stranger with no face offered me the ability to move between the worlds. Since then, my every death has led to a new life. I once had a true love. He was ripped away from me when I was murdered in the 18th century. I search for him still. In the meantime, I walk in the shadows behind the universe, visiting realms both exquisite and terrible and bringing back stories and rhymes to amaze the mind and enchant the ear. Through my YouTube channel, I send the stories out into the world, hoping that my true love will hear them and reply. Hoping, if he does not, that I will find in the other souls who listen kindred spirits to help ease the pain. What of you, stranger? Did you come here tonight seeking a mystery? Do you hunger for a spark of excitement, for the dark thrill of fear? Will you listen as my tales unfold, knowing that some may very well take on lives of their own? Consider, stranger, whether you have the courage to walk between the worlds with Seraphina the Masked Lady. Well, hello there, my delicious darlings. How are you this spooky evening? It's here. We've blinked once, and the spookiest night of the year has arrived. Ghosties and ghoulies are walking the land, and all of the best people are handing out treats to trick-or-treaters. I must say that I adore it. For as long as I can remember, I have loved this time of year. I exult in the redness of the leaves, the snap of cold in the air, and the smells of cinnamon cider and sweets. I love the chills and the thrills of venturing out on All Hallows Eve, and the relief of cuddling up safely at home in the end. Because this is a very special occasion tonight, I have included not one but 3 stories told in poem form in today's episode. All are based around Halloween, but that is where their similarity ends. Once again, today's poems are from author Christina Bray, a woman who is almost as much a fan of Halloween as myself. I urge you to look her up online and leave a comment on her Facebook page. She would be delighted to hear from you. The Howling. If you hear a strange howling in the woodlands while you sit alone in the dark of night, do not go out. I know that it's intriguing. You might feel compelled to seek out the sight of whatever concealed in leaves and shadow is making such a dreadful cackling. Believe me, friends, it is not worth the sorrow that will occur should you search for the thing. Friend, do not go. The fairy hounds are pretty if seen as a picture from far away. Their coats are pale, their faces slim and noble. You might even mistake them for a stray, lost in the trees. But fairy hounds are fierce. When not commanded by their dread lord and king, they run wild, seeking flesh and blood and terror, and will not spare you if you come walking. If you would be safe, then lock your home tightly. Put a cross or horseshoe above your door. Keep a light burning in your hallway at night, and don't roam the shadowed woods anymore. For either the hounds will have you for their prey, or if you injure them, if you're lucky, you will earn the wrath of Oberon himself. He may well demand an eternal fee. Ignore the barking, shouting, and loud laughing. Stop up your ears and go to sleep at night. It's better to be frightened behind closed doors than vulnerable walking through the night. The fairy hounds may be fair and fleet of foot, but God above will keep them from your home. If not invited, the same cannot be said if you walk the forest paths all alone. So shun the woods if you hear the hounds calling. Let them hunt the deer trails and hills in peace. If you seek to find them against my urging, your heartbeat, not theirs, will certainly cease. The Hidden Goblin of Halloween. They do not see me when we're trick-or-treating, for I'm as small and quite as slight as they. If I went walking any other daytime, the townsfolk would all scream and run away. But tonight, when the ghosts and ghouls are walking, nobody thinks to look for things like me. I am too little, unwieldy and limping to interrupt the mortals in their spree. Each year on Halloween, when dusk falls on us, I pull a sack from the back of my cave. It's been there all year long, damp and moldering, so it passes for raiment from a grave. 2 holes suffice for eyes, and though my yellow irises glow, they think it is a sham, done with some things called contacts. I'm confident that none of them will notice who I am. I do not roam out with the youngest children. Their doting parents are always on guard. And indeed, I don't have the heart to impair their fun on this night, for they work so hard. It is the second flood of trick-or-treaters that I join with running in their packs. They do not notice 1 or 2 more people joining them in their happy search for snacks. When orange sunset burns behind empty trees, and smoke and cinnamon spark in the air, and even the wind seems to whisper of ghosts, crackling bonfires, and the sound of strange prayers, that's when I go, hiding my squat, round figure, bulging horns, pointed nails, and leathered skin. I counterfeit that my centuries have gone and bless the small humans as I walk with them. Some people are unnerved by my strange costume but still smile, nod, and pass out precious sweets. Nobody wants to be cruel to a young one, not even a goblin wrapped in a sheet. So I have my fun, and nobody is harmed. Most times, with sweets and chalks, I homeward go, to spend the winter cuddled up in my cave, hidden in leaves and safe from falling snow. Of course, there is a caveat to my tale. Sometimes, although I wish it were not so, there are adults not escorting their children or celebrating the magical flow of golden autumn, but hunting not for candy. Their eyes are not yellow, but they still glow. Those hunters crave the poor children themselves. Their appetite would see the babes laid below. If I see them, I first glare full of menace, hoping my growl will hurry them away. But if they persist and approach the children, I nod, all meek, let them lead me away, and tell them about my hideout in the cave, a place where I go to get lost in dreams, a place that no adult in the town knows of. They follow me, and I swallow their screams. Never after does that same monster appear to dampen the joy of Halloween night. The flesh of the wicked sustains me a year and makes the young ones safe from any fright. So, I look for mortal sweets on Halloween, but sometimes find a darker sort of feast. Never will I see the young children harmed. No, on Halloween, I say, let joy increase. The Mother of October. Come closer, child. Come further in and sit down on this log. My bonfire crackles. I have water here to drink. The bog stretches out beyond the marshes, and none should through it roam, especially not when the drowsing sun sets up a gloam and builds shadows between the pools. Sit down with me instead, and I will tell you tales of fairy folk, the enchanted, and every other wondrous thing a child's mind can desire. Sit down, and rest yourself in the warmth of the fire. You say you know me. You must have wandered from the town. I know that they tell stories of me. I have earned some renown amongst the men who farm the land and their hard-working wives. Many of them are scared of me, although in all their lives, I've never done a homestead harm nor anyone within. They whisper stories of my wrath and call my life a sin. It's okay, young one. There's no wrong in talking here with me. Come rest a while, and then I'll take you to your family. I would not have you fear me, child. Though I am old and gray, I was not always so forlorn. I change from day to day. I was a babe in January, pale as the sea foam white. In March, I was a grinning girl who picked flowers in daylight. In June, I walked barefoot on sand, a woman without care. But now the nights are drawing in, and frost is in the air. So now my brow is lined with care, and wrinkles cross my face. I walk, leaning upon my stick. I no longer have grace, but my spirit is fruitful yet. I sit and guard this land, looking for wandering travelers to take them by the hand. The red may have gone from my hair, but my soul glows with fire. I call the bursting harvest in. I have no ill desire, but only from the autumn the white winter to draw on. So families will draw close once the October glow's gone, and thus You need fear me no more than the circling of time, or the heartbeat of earth itself. Be at ease, daughter mine. So, delicious darlings, what do you think of today's odes to the Halloween season? Did they scare you, shock you, make you giggle? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what costume you wore tonight. I'm fortunate that I wear a mask all year, so dressing for Halloween is not tricky. Still, I love to see the clever costumes people come up with. What about you? How do you celebrate Halloween? What is your favorite part of the season? I would love to hear from you. Until next time, my lovelies, I wish you a happy and safe Halloween. Stay spooky.